What's up, it's Nez and welcome back to Pyre, everyone! Last episode, we finally brought Rookie back to Mama, and now the rights are once again taking a break. Before we continue back to the alcove, let's talk to Sir Gilman. After the liberation rite, you find Sir Gilman in an uncharacteristically quiet and contemplative mood. He salutes you crisply with his tail. Glory to you, Master Reader, and glory to the noble Rookie Greentail. Long may he prosper in the Commonwealth. And in so doing, may he benefit the plan into which we have all been thrust. Then he falls silent for a time. Sir Gilman, do you have any thoughts? You sense him growing very emotional. In noble Rookie, this knight found a kindred spirit, Master Reader. One of questionable honor, the greatest cunning, and such blinding speed as to befit a minstrel's tale. This knight fears our triumvirate lost something irreplaceable in him. Of course, this knight is also pleased that Rookie has achieved his freedom, very much so. And furthermore, this knight shall continue training even harder than before. Rookie Greentail, this knight shall train on and until such a time he is swifter than the jagged lightnings of the deathless tempest. Now, Master Reader, this knight must beg his leave of you, for it is time not for his rest, but for his training. Know that he is very grateful for your wisdom and your guidance in these rites. Between yourself and Master Rookie, you have instilled within this knight an unshakable resolve. He bows low and bids you a good evening. Good evening, Sir Gilman. Well, we lost Rookie, but we have to carry on. To the Moonlight Alcove we go, for a good hard-earned break. You once again find yourself amid the quiet nooks of Moonlight Alcove. Here you can await the time until the stars deign to shine for you again. Bide your time. No one wants to talk to us? Okay then, we'll bide our time. We have returned to the place of respite. Please make yourselves comfortable such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars, but I expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do. Going to get another favor from Big Bertha? There, from atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder when the stars shall align themselves once more. There upon the sacred mountain, you and your companions once again await the night the stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all part of is set in motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood almost for 1,000 years, is in turmoil. If your companions return there through the liberation rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening, amid the downpour with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Volfred requests everybody to convene. You understand he has an announcement of some sort? Soon everyone is assembled, and Volfred regards the group. Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I have not talked with you at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them? He lets the question hang a moment in the air. I'll tell you what I see in all of you, in all of us. I see in all of us a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from different tribes which later formed our Commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness, I think. Rather, I believe the 8 scribes themselves desired, or shall I say, desire such a course. Together they created all this ceremony of which we're now a part. The exiles liberated through their rights went on to found the Commonwealth, based on their values and teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit, the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, the people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we are still missing one key representative, on behalf of Molten Melith, and I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed. Is Big Bertrude going to join us? He motions for someone to approach. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognize her straight away. Hi, Big Bertrude. It is my pleasure to introduce you to a dear old friend of mine, whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwings, Bertrude. She is a bog dweller once feared and respected in the Commonwealth for her sorceress work. The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by the way of greeting. We ought to understand that ye require further aid from us. Yes, dear Bertrude, the time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I have ever met. You soon will find that she knows much about the rites as well. Bertrude looks you and your fellow exiles each in turn. Be frightened, ye aberrant. Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions. Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them. She takes her leave without another word. Well, she's kind of creepy, but I like her. Please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it. Everyone disperses. It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Bertrude joined the group. You sense her powerful presence. Welcome her aboard. Now then, my boy, perhaps you noticed that the stars are bright once more up there behind those stubborn rains, meaning it is time we go back to business. Indeed, once more, several stars shine bright within the cold and storming sky. The stars themselves await the will of the Nightwings. Choose the path towards salvation. Let's see who will be able to fight. Alright, we have 3 stars we can choose from. At Lu, we'll be able to fight the Pyre Hearts. At Ors, we'll be fighting the Fate again. And over here, at Gaul, we'll be fighting the Essence. Let's look at our planner. Let's see, the Essence are running for our next adversaries at the next Liberation Rite. I feel like fighting the Fate and Dalbert Oldheart will be a good way to end the next Liberation Rite. At least we'll have some noble opponents to face. So for now, we'll have to face the Essence at the Gold Star. So we're to have another brush with Tamitha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I am here for her. Tamitha then tells you more of your next adversary, her blood sister. Tamitha Thane, a harp of the High Wing remnants, raised from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies, she seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the harps refused to join the Commonwealth, and those old tensions boiled over into raids or skirmishes or all-out war. Flight tacticians such as Tamitha gave the High Wing remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the harp's small numbers. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, breaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she led a daring infiltration mission deep into her enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Tamitha. Tamitha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war, but being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up in here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated. What happened between us? What I did for her own good, and that for all our sisters. Though I'm beginning to doubt that Tamitha will ever see it that way. We'll see, I suppose, but for now I'd best try and catch what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams then, darling. You bid a good night to Tamitha in turn. No time now to make flight preparations, though come morning the Black Wagon will press onward. Need to talk? Hello there, Big Bertrude. You find Big Bertrude looking about the Black Wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change. Such a clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last. Unsightly. You remember thee from our abode in Flagging Hands. Then thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred. She moves in close, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of a bog crone of the southern bogs can induce paralysis, or worse. Please do not touch me, Big Bertrude. I'm not into that kind of kinky stuff. That one such as thee can extract meaning from that tome. 'Twas a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites. Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madame. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require? We were unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract among my belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present. It is possible that Volfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. That would be agreeable with us. Then after you, madame. As they depart, you think you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. Minstrel, thank you for saving us. Thank you, Tarek. Alright then. Time to continue our journey to Gaul the South Star. You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Hey, Sandalwood. The comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Time to lift off, everyone. To the Ridge of Gaul we go. Across the sea and back to the southern continent. Whoa, we hit something. Whoa, my beautiful wagon. What has happened? We ran into Manly. Oh, but it is you, my wonderful Nightwings. Come to play a little trick on your good friend Manly. Oh, how very, very, very clever of you. The damage you caused to my beautiful wagon, doubtless it was very, very minimal. Fear not, I can afford repairs. It is no inconvenience at all, although I do have one request of you to make amends, that is. When next we face each other in a riot, and I trust you know what I shall ask of you, but would you be so kind enough to stand aside and let the chastity prevail? Then we shall call it even, and when I return on to the Commonwealth, I shall see to it that you and your loved ones are suitably rewarded. Now ta-ta! Yeah, no, Manly, we're never gonna surrender to you. Onwards we go to the Ridge of Gaul. I hope we don't run into any more flying caravans. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Alright. We're almost there. Just above this ridge. And maybe the next ridge. And there we go. Should we land in Hollowroot or should we land in Bloomingpool? Let's land in Hollowroot. Time to land, everyone. The Downside Prairie. You make a successful landing in the Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Headwind, Jodariel, and Rookie come flooding back. You now should have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward to the Ridge of Gaul by land. Instill fear in the essence. Really? Black Wagon. Hello there, Volfred, sir. What do you have in mind? Volfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rights as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The Road to Freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my boy. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? Of course it is. You find it fascinating, you find it tedious, you only skimmed it. It's absolutely fascinating. You have come across more than your fair share of books, none quite like this. You tell Volfred the book has fascinated you, and that you have never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share that sentiment, to have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it is exactly true and how much of it is a scribe's retelling of the events. I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas there contained, they remained rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of the book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why are in there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interest in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. Good afternoon, Volfred. Nice talking to you. Time to instill fear in the essence. You do your best to keep up with Pamitha as she delves into some lonesome lands of Hollowroot. She indicates that some of her winged sisters may be nearby to lend their aid. This is as far as you can follow, reader darling. Please excuse me for a little while. She swoops off, leaving you on your own. Some time passes during which you could almost feel the Downside encroaching all around you, and then... Well, that was certainly interesting. I suggest we get out of here. It would appear the Essence soon will have a little accident that should dampen their spirits. Pamitha ensured the Essence shall suffer -3 hope for the next rite. Holy shit, that's incredibly powerful. Did we cheat? No, it's not cheating. Well, whatever. Time to go to the Ridge of Gaul. We'll be using our flyers this time, so we'll be needing Pamitha, Tizo, and maybe we'll use Sir Gilman. Alright, slug market time.
Hey guys, say, what are you guys doing all the way back here? You know it's not so bad here, I was thinking, and I got some pretty good stuff I think you ought to check out.
Then let's level up a few of our things. Hello there, Big Bertrude. Wow. Okay, so we could actually catch you up. We'll be using you next. Pamitha will be leveling that up. Then one more. There we go. Rank 20 Legendary Talisman. A new achievement. Then we'll be using Tizo. Here you go, Tizo. Alright. And now let's put the contract on Big Bertrude. Gather some gold for us.
Pleasure doing business with you guys, so
Hi, Falcon Ron. Hello there, Pamitha. You have something on your mind? You find Pamitha by herself again, though her expression has grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, reader darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, reader. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Yet something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Pamitha is alone with her thoughts. See what she is thinking. Yeah, we can't leave you be. You're a friend now. Pamitha seems to be inviting you into her thoughts. You remain there in that lonesome space with her. What is it going to take, I wonder, Tamitha? Shall I just go ahead and kill them all? That would be proof enough, perhaps, about my loyalties to you and our sisters. Perhaps I ought to start with the one right in front of me. The bond between you severs as Pamitha opens her eyes and stares at you. Please don't kill me, Pamitha. Then she smiles sweetly and gives you a gentle laugh. You see, reader darling, my thoughts are rather cumbersome at times. But do not fear, I have them well under control. Still thoughts about that lonesome thing they are. I nonetheless cannot fully suppress them. She exhales and looks askance. You know by now why I'm in this mess with all of you. You could say I lack Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth-forged steel. Wielded with the utmost mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness myself. Became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and others killed someday, so when she was to fly out, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet a chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they called it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protest of her treatment, I was soon to follow. She falls silent for a while. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Tamitha's forgiveness, and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which one of them's the stupider. She brushes past you and out of the wagon for now. Well, we seem to have more drama going on. Let's see where it'll go. Time to commence the rite. The afternoon is just beginning to give way to the nightfall as you and your companions finish making preparations for the next coming rite. Through all the ceremony, you realize Pamitha is nowhere to be found. The last anybody saw of her was shortly after the Black Wagon came to rest here at the Ridge of Gaul. She returns just as you are beginning to plan a search for her. Sorry to have worried you there, reader darling. Just getting a little antsy is all. Had to go and spread my wings a bit and shake away the nerves. She is holding something back. Don't you get in my head. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, damn it. Damn it, reader, get out, get out, get out. Anyhow, it looks as if the show is about to start. I shall be in the field with the others. As Pamitha departs, you see she is right as the stars above begin to shine. You know she is about to face her sister Tamitha once again. You accept that it is a very private matter between them. Nope, not risking the Titan stars.
The much vaunted reader has returned. And it would appear his ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we?
It was Wolfred's idea.
How very strange that you befriended her.
Strange indeed.
At any rate, Your adversaries in this rite shall be the Essence. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
The winged exiles of the Essence take position opposite your own companions, and their leader soon asserts herself. Pamitha, come forth, no trickery this time. She appears as asked, though remains silent as her blood sister studies her for a time. Tamitha then reaches for her mask. You look wary to me, sister. Oh, too little sleep, I guess. I do get rather anxious sometimes on the night before one of these things. It can be a lot of pressure. Understandable. The two of them say nothing for a time. You cannot discern what they are thinking. The High Wing remnants all seem to be very mentally acute, trained as they are from birth. Soon enough, Pamitha cuts through the tension, her tone light as ever. So, given further thought to my proposal then? I have. And I think that now is not the time for talk. Besides, your comrades there, surely you give them pause. Even now they must be questioning your loyalty. What? But I... Oh, cut it with the stammering, Pamitha. It is very unbecoming, you know that. And you be sure to tell those comrades of yours what you proposed to me. She dons her mask once more. As she rejoined the other exiles of the Essence, Pamitha hesitates before returning to her group. I told her she could take my place. That I would keep her up to date about our progress, and that she could take my place if ever it was time for me to go. But you don't have to worry. For one thing, she refused. And for another, well, I'd better tell you later. For now, remember you can count on me. Pamitha, no. We'd rather have you than that bitch. Hold a moment, reader. The crone Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rites. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude.
We expect thou shalt be soon inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
Let's try out Big Bertrude. W to bounce. That's a big bounce.
Though I have to wonder what became of her accomplices.
Hold shift to slither.
Accomplice in particular.
Ew.
You watch your
Hold right click to
reader.
blast.
None are
All right.
sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
So much blasting. Release while flashing to power blast. Ooh, a power blast. There we go. Even more power blasts. Press T to proceed. You'd be a very useful combatant, Bertrude.
Now then, reading one, know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rites, and we shall aid ye in that plan. Thus we are at thy disposal, and await thy bidding.
Ash and Cole, they have more health on their Pyre.
Now let us begin.
Let's choose Tamitha.
Pamitha,
Let's choose Tizo.
Tizo,
Let's choose Bertrude.
Bertrude. It is done.
Tizo feels badly for Pamitha, but will not hesitate to give his utmost in the coming rite. Face us, wastrels of the Commonwealth. The pain and loss of your defeat this night shall reverberate not only in your hollow hearts, but in the homeland that abandoned you. Are you quite sure it has to be that way then, sister? There is no compromise here, Pamitha. Not for traitors to my country or my blood. I understand. Then so be it. Alright. Time to start the rite.
Now begin.
There you go. Tizo! Pass! Uh-oh. Oh no, we got killed. We all got killed off. Dropped it. There we go. Keep going, Tizo. Keep hopping.
The first dousing.
Let's get Bertrude up in here. Take that.
banished one and all.
Take my aura, bitch!
The bog crone dove into the flame.
You seem so distracted, Pamitha. Is there something you wish to say to me? Words that you feel I am owed, perhaps? Pamitha stops at this and reaches for her mask. I'm sorry for what I did to you, sister. For what you did to me? Your apology rings as hollow as your plumage. You might rehearse it further upon every last survivor of the High Wing remnants. Now, no more talk.
Such hatred
Let's use Tizo.
spewing constantly from Tamitha. Yet here in exile, she is not
Oh no!
talk.
Got banished.
Alas,
They got a point.
perhaps you are unworthy. Who?
Pamitha, we need to get that.
Ooh.
Take that. Tizo! Run it, Tizo! Keep running, Tizo!
Remember everything which you hold dear.
Let's use Bertrude.
Overconfident night wings.
There we go. 50 more points to go, everyone.
Big on Bertrude.
Oh no, they got a point. I didn't see them kill Bertrude.
Why, that was
Slither,
awful.
Bertrude, slither!
Bertrude plunged into the adversary's pyre.
Go, Tizo! Go!
The flames of freedom.
One more point should do it.
Once more like that, and we are finished here. Oh. Pamitha, be gone. The orb
They got a point. Take that.
No.
Go, Slither, Bertrude!
And it is done. The Night Wings prevailed.
Victory!
Such a well-conducted victory it was. The rite is ended.
You win, Blood Sister. You win. I don't suppose that means you'll reconsider. You know that I cannot. You're always so obstinate, but in that regard and all others which you count for anything, you are inferior to me, remember that. What you offered is meaningless to me. I shall free myself without your help, or that of anyone. Now then, farewell. Wait, what of your comrades? The essence! You must need them at least. Mincing my words as ever, Pamitha, know that I do love you in a way. Is that what you wish to hear? But my purpose is plain, and you stand in its way. You are a fool to think my freedom is my goal. My freedom is a means towards an end, the likes of which you would never abide. Do you think that you could sway me from that purpose, Pamitha? Pamitha remains silent for some time. No, I think that you will struggle to destroy the Commonwealth, no matter what it takes. No matter if in doing so you are destroyed instead. Just so. So then you understand me after all. Pamitha does not turn to watch her blood sister depart.
Boundless are the
Good job,
teachings
everyone.
of the scribes.
Pamitha almost leveled up. Almost. Bertrude though.
The ancient
He leveled up.
called Bertrude.
Thus does our grasp of the ancient sorceries grow even stronger still.
Let's see. While Bertrude's Pyre has less points, she deals more damage. While Bertrude's Pyre has more points, she deals more damage. Oh, I do like this one.
The
We're always
secrets of
leading
the
anyway.
Wild Witch prevailed.
After defeating the Essence in the rite, you return to the wagon to find Volfred and the Lone Minstrel in the midst of their conversation.
Tell us all.
Most strange. That this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected. Nor I, Volfred, sir. What's happening, guys? Then Volfred notices you there. Reader, Tarek and I observed a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears that the star of Kaelmer Ropecaller is illuminated now, but it is but another star except our models and predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the wagon ready in the meantime. You see only a single shining star illuminated far above. It is just as Volfred indicated. You regard the looming star. Discern where it leads. Kaelmer, the rogue star. That's the first time we've seen that. Kaelmer, the rogue star. Oh, we'll be fighting the Tempers here. Ignarius and the Tempers. Then we are summoned to the Isle of Kaelmer, deep within the Deathless Tempest. Have you been there before, Tarek? So long ago, I scarce recall the time, only the scent. It is the place whence the creatures native to this land spring forth. Reader, let's not concern ourselves with superstitions held about that place, and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. And that was this episode of Pyre, everyone. We were victorious against the Essence, although Pamitha and Tamitha's bout still goes on. Next episode, we'll be facing Ignarius again and his Tempers. But until then, once again, my name is Nez, and thanks for watching. See you all next time. Bye, everyone!